If you've ever seen the hands of a monk when they give a blessing, you'll notice they put their hand up and point it at the person they're trying to give a blessing to. And in this video, I'm going to teach you guys what the secret code is behind all of this, and also how to test to see if the blessing that a monk is giving you is legitimate or not. We're going to have a look at the hands of some monks to figure this one out. Hey guys, welcome back to Chariot Palmistry. My name is Sulabh Jain, and in this video we are going to be having a look at the hands of some monks to figure out why monks put their hands up to give blessings to people. But first, let's go through a little bit of Palmstre theory to help you guys get to the bottom of why this particular ritual takes place. You see, in order to give a blessing to someone, you're giving energy to that particular person. If you give, let's say, the blessing that, I don't know, may you be rich or may you have a long life, the monk, the person giving that blessing, needs to have that karma in abundance in order to give it to someone else. Meaning, if you give something, you have to have that something to begin with, if that makes sense. In other words, the monk who gives a blessing that I want you to have a wealthy life, they need to have an abundance of wealth. Now, monks don't have wealth. What they have is good karma and good merit, and that's what they're passing on to other people. So when a monk puts their hands up and says, I wish you a long life, or I wish you lots of children or lots of happiness and all that stuff, what they're actually saying is, I've got the good karma and merit of this particular aspect of life in abundance, and I'm going to give a little bit of it to you. Now, there are four main kinds of blessings that monks give. One for wealth, one for health and longevity, for happiness, and for family. And if you want to know if a monk actually has the capacity to give you the blessing for wealth, have a look at the base of their hand when they hold their palm up to bless you. You want to be seeing auspicious symbols here, kind of like a fish symbol. A monk that has this symbol here and blesses you with wealth can legitimately give you wealth through their blessing. If a monk has the ring of Jupiter on their hand, that's a sign for spiritual growth, and that always correlates to happiness. So when a monk holds their hands up to bless you and they have this sign on their hand, that means they have happiness in abundance that they can give it out to other people. Similarly, if you notice a line like this coming across from the side of their hand, that is a line for good karma. And a monk who has accumulated lots of good karma can give good luck to other people when they give a blessing. And so you see, there's a two-way street with the blessing thing. On the one hand, the monk is trying to demonstrate that they have this particular karma and merit in abundance, that they're giving it to you. But you, as a person who receives that blessing, have every right to test this monk to see, can they actually give this to me? And it's not a bad thing to test monks. You see, when Hanumanji met Ram for the first time, the first thing he did was he put Ram and Lakshman onto his shoulders as he took them to meet Sugriv. And as that was happening, he secretly looked at the feet of both of these brothers to see, do they have auspicious symbols here? And then when he introduced Ram to Sugriv, he said to Sugriv, this is Ram, he's God incarnate, and I know this because I've seen auspicious symbols at his feet. And this is the two-way street here, because the devotee has every right to test the god, just as the god tests his or her devotees. Now, let's have a look at the hands of some monks and nuns to see if the blessings they give are legit, and also to see what kind of blessings they can give. Now, first up, this is the hands of a very well-known nun in India. You'll notice she cannot give the blessing for wealth. She hasn't accumulated that merit for herself. She can give you the blessing for happiness, and she can give you the blessing for spiritual growth. This is the hands of another very well-known monk in India. He can give you the blessing for wealth, he can give you the blessing for happiness, but he cannot give you the blessing for good luck. This monk over here can give you the blessing for wealth, he can give you the blessing for happiness, and he can give you the blessing for good luck also. In other words, loosely speaking, this monk has it together karmically better than the previous two. And that is how to tell if you're getting a legitimate blessing from a monk. Start by looking at the base of their hand for the fish symbol, then have a look under the index finger for the ring of Jupiter, then look under the pinky for the line of good karma. This should only take you a fraction of a second to do, but in doing so, you'll know the energy that you're receiving from someone else. I'll leave this video at that note. Thanks a lot, guys.